Eden Prime. This is where it all began. Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about the Reapers.
And where Saren launched his first major attack with the Geth.
Yes. And now,
And where I
Cerberus
nearly
here,
died of a brain
Eden Prime's
aneurysm.
colonists are under attack again.
From utter cringe. I remember Eden Prime.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago.
I remember
Was
the
it
reports.
3
I was
years?
busting my ass trying to find
Wow.
evidence against Saren. Hearing that he'd
A lot of
attacked the
shit
colony
happened in
while
3
I sat
years.
mired in bureaucracy, that was a bad day.
You always did prefer a straight-up fight.
And you're always good at helping me find them.
Of
Cerberus
course.
hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
Sometimes I find it easier to smash someone's skull in than to simply discuss the differentiations between our outlooks on life. It doesn't take about 8 years of our lives to basically decide to basically just sort those issues out, really. Better to just hash it out there on the field, basically, you know?
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Any idea whether it's part of the Crucible?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered. Since the original dig site here contained a warning about the Reapers, it could be connected to the Crucible.
I'm bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can.
Thanks, Steve.
No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Appreciate it.
All part of the service, Commander.
All right, everyone. Get ready to move.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here.
That's such an open-ended question. Appreciate it. I know he's saying I appreciate it, but why not just say I appreciate it rather than saying like appreciate it, because it sounds like he's saying, oh, you should appreciate it, you know? I don't know.
No sign of
English
survivors.
sucks.
Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's a Prothean.
Like the collectors, or those bodies we found back on Ilos.
Like the bodies we found back on Ilos. But this one is alive.
Oh, that's right.
Sound possible.
There is a Prothean in this
You
game. I
saw
completely
Prothean stasis
forgot about
chambers in the
him.
archives on Ilos. The only
What was his
reason those
name?
failed was a lack of power. Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power. He's
Jods?
been in stasis for the past 50,000 years.
Jax,
Waiting
that's
for
it.
us.
His name's
Think of what we
Jax.
could learn.
What can you tell me about the Protheans? The people, not the technology.
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The
So very
Prothean
little.
empires spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community.
Galactic community, you'd think they had something like a council?
Yes, exactly. Their cultural and artistic expression are actually quite close to those of the ancient Asari. And given their similar interests in helping other species, it's clear that they believed in interspecies cooperation.
The way you describe them, they sound a lot like the Asari.
I'm certain I'm coloring their culture with my own perceptions.
A little
Whatever the
bit.
Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
Well, unfortunately, not everything is rainbows and bunnies, I'm afraid. You as an Asari are based off of just like one preconception, basically. Whereas another Asari that is an Adak Yakshi, well, now I'm just stereotyping that, basically. I'm just stereotyping because Morinth was a bit of an arsehole bitch because, well, she just slept around and did what she did because she was an Adak Yakshi. Where there are actually some Adak Yakshis which are not proud of what they're born as, and they do wish to protect people around them. So me saying that is a bit stereotypical, really, in a certain sense. So I don't mean to be like that. But what I'm saying is that in the world that we are, there are racists and there are kind people, there are dickheads. You can't just slip one person and one group as everyone else, basically. Each person is their own individual, either it be good or bad, really.
Good thing we brought our Prothean expert.
I hope I can help. If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time.
Basically, the world
or
is not as black
perhaps
and
the
white as you
wisest
think it
counselor.
is.
Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Then let's get him out of there.
Well, let's wake him up.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode.
I
We
see.
also need to figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet.
Oh, great. Fucking
are.
Cerberus. About to kick some ass. Not very damaging. He dead. He's dead. Where the hell did that go? It's actual footage of the recoil attacks.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dark space.
I think
And we
that's
will
Jax,
rise,
that
a
one.
million strong. For the Empire. For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod.
The Trinidad sounding one.
Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
I've got the signal.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success. The Prothean cipher you
Helps
received
that
on
I was,
Veros, it lets you see the
seen
images
with the
as a
beacon.
Prothean would and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video. And the signal they used.
Perfect. Then we just need to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Like, the specifics of it is that Jax is basically the Prothean version of Shepard, except Jax went one way in his decision making and I'm going the other way in a certain sense. I would find it really interesting if... I don't know if it's canon or not, but I feel like Jax is more on the renegade side of things, whereas I'm more Paragon. But it would be nice that if I was more renegade, then Jax would be more Paragon, because apparently we're meant to be, like, opposites of each other in a certain sense. I don't know, it's just something to do with the Mass Effect lore, which I think would be such a nice touch, you know, to, like, have our, like, Paragon and Renegades things switched when need be, basically, you know what I mean? See what actually happened with him. So even they knew how to use biotics.
Victory! Seal the bunker!
Acknowledged.
Appreciate him trying to save the dead there. Yes, some honor.
How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Jeez.
Third of our people.
Alert! Broadside bulkhead cannot be sealed. Hostiles detected.
Then all forces to the north.
You understood that one too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod. There, you've got it. Goddess. It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness.
Oh wow. That was fast. Greetings. Whoa. Okay. Guess not.
Be careful, he's confused.
And wobbly too, it seems.
Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes!
No. The bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online! Those soldiers are still alive!
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now.
I would have at least tried to hide the life pods.
The bunker is secure, Commander Javik.
Javik. That's his name, not
A
Jax.
few hundred people. How am I to rebuild an empire from that?
Further adjustments may be necessary. The neutron purge compromised the facility.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option. You'll remain in stasis until a new culture discovers this bunker. This may lead to a power shortage.
Do not shut off more pods! I need the few that are left!
Power needs will be triaged appropriately. You will be the voice of our people.
I will be more than that.
This poor guy. 50,000 years in status.
How many others?
Just you.
You're the only one.
You can understand me?
Yes. Now that I have read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our
Wait.
last moments. Our failure.
You can just instantly learn a culture just from that?
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got Cerberus interested.
Asari. Human. Turian. I'm surrounded by primitives.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then we will see.
I feel like if anyone's more primitive, it's you, mate.
A living Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Hack it in, out, shake it all about.
What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
He's our guest. He'll be treated as such.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
Unless you give me a reason.
That depends on you.
Weapons
I
down.
can sense fear in you. Anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All
Are you
life
an
provides
empath?
clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which... You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the Crucible. We've started building it.
Crucible?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst?
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist.
Okay. Got an edgy Prothean with us, fair enough.
Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
No one's saying
do.
that.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters.
Not if it means I have to throw away millions of
silence
lives
is
just to
your
get the
answer.
job done.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the Crucible?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
He's such a
What do
knob.
you wish to know?
He's such a knob.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
Why does he sound like the character from Samurai Jack? It was like the lion character. The one who basically said that Samurai Jack had earned his freedom or something. He sounds very similar to him. Well, it's kind of a Ugandan accent.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
So could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
You're
I'm
good.
impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry.
History.
Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
Could you elaborate?
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
So you basically enslaved them.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time. The Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
Now you were the primitive ones.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire
They died.
had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our
Command.
ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. you would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you.
Well,
I think.
cheers. Fucking hell. Come on, they're stupid, basically.
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Unique, selfish, it's all the same thing, really.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No, but they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted.
You basically allowed them to build their army.
Us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Okay.
Is there anything more you can tell us about the Crucible?
Only the stories we heard. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I
The
believe
lizard
they're
people.
amphibian.
They used to eat flies. Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik.
Then welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik. Busy?
I have time if you'd like to talk. In fact, I could use the distraction.
What's on your mind?
How long it took the Reapers to eradicate the Protheans, and how long they'll need for us. It took them centuries to conquer the Protheans. We're not quite so widespread, but it would still take at least 100 years. It's selfish, but I keep thinking that if we fail... I'm only 109, Shepard. I could live to see the entire cycle come to an end.
You're that young, eh?
Only 109, huh?
I know. It must seem strange to complain about a 1,000-year lifespan. I used to think it was sad that most aliens live such short lives. Maybe it's not such a privilege to outlive so many. To witness so much death.
Don't drive yourself crazy about this, Liara. We're still in the fight.
Only because you're still driving it forward. We finally have other leaders on our side, but none will take us as far as you can. Sometimes I wonder how you do it.
I think of the people I care about. That helps keep me going.
I'm glad I'm among them. I hope.
Of course you are.
Of course you are, Liara.
I feel better already. Thank you for coming by, Shepard. Why don't we talk later?
Of course.
Seen a lot of crazy things in my time on the Normandy, Shepard. A talking Reaper, a talking plant, and now a real live talking Prothean. Hell of a thing. Waking up to
Talking
find
plant.
everything you know is destroyed. But I imagine the chance to get some payback is consolation. Doubt you and I'll ever get a second chance against the Reapers. What do you suppose the Prothean eats? What if it's boiled Asari with a side of fried Turian? I don't know about Liara, but I'm not taking that one for the tea.
Well, I'm certainly not going to feed him my fingers for afternoon tea, now am I? Not for me.
Maybe with an inhibitor. No. Entire catalyzing process would fail. Severe neurological damage. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Method to extract functional cure without killing you. Many variables. Your immune system compromised. Considering options.
And you have to do it out loud?
Yes. Auditory learner. Need to hear self think, simulate conversation to promote new ideas, maximize productivity.
But you're talking about me dying.
Oh, apologies. Medical details causing emotional distress. I hadn't considered effect on patient.
No, it just means I can't sleep.
Doing my best to keep you alive. Will avoid sensitive subjects.
I'm an auditory learner. I have to speak to help myself learn.